Well, what next for Brexit now that Parliament appears to have taken control? Tomorrow MPs are to hold indicative votes on a series of Brexit options likely to include Mrs May's deal, a Norway-style deal, no deal, customs union, a second referendum and revoking Article 50. Well, with me now is the Labour MP Stephen Kinnock, who's been an advocate of Common Market 2.0.
That's correct.
That's the one
you're on message, Adam.
Yeah. Now, listen, there are all these different options. I mean, 7 options. By definition, you're not going to get a majority for any of them, are you? Because, you know, the vote's going to be split 7 ways.
Well, I think that we should be locked into Parliament tomorrow and not come out until the small hours of Thursday morning. And I think if we have round after round of voting, a majority will emerge because members of Parliament know that there's so little time left now. We're so urgently in need of a plan B that I think we've got to dig deep into our pragmatism and common sense and get the country out of this political crisis.
You say round after round of voting. I thought you were going to do it on paper.
Yes, paper-based voting. Everyone will go into the division lobbies with the papers, vote for as many options as they want to. Those results will then be announced, and then we go back in, and people will go through that process until such time as a majority emerges.
But Mrs May's already said whatever you decide, she's not going to take any notice.
Well, Mrs May has got a choice now because her plan A has failed. In life, when your plan A fails, you have to come up with a plan B. As she's clearly incapable of coming up with a plan B, she has to now give that responsibility to Parliament. And she must then say that she is a servant of Parliament. She can't bring forward her own option. Let us put forward a plan. If she's not prepared to do that, then she has to go.
But you say that, but there's nothing compelling her, is there?
No, we can't. I mean, we've got a constitution which is based on governments bringing forward proposals and Parliament voting on them. Now, she's rewritten the rules of the constitution because she has come forward twice with a proposal and been rejected twice, and she's still not giving up on it. So having rewired the constitution in the way that she has, she cannot then turn around to Parliament and say she's not going to play the game. She has rewritten the rules of the game. She's put the ball in our court. We are now. She must now take responsibility. But if she won't, then she has to step aside and give way to somebody.
But equally, you know, a member of the public looking in on this might say, well, actually, the majority of the public decided in the referendum what they're doing, and all we're seeing, and Mrs May is trying to deliver that, trying to deliver Brexit, and all we're seeing is Parliament trying to go against that democratic vote.
Well, the reason her deal keeps being blocked is because of Labour votes and the votes of many in her own party that don't like the backstop. Labour is voting against the deal because of the political declaration, which is just a set of meaningless platitudes. It's simply not right that we pay £39 billion of taxpayers' money for a leap of faith. What Common Market 2.0 proposes is that we rewrite the political declaration on the future relationship to commit us to the European Economic Area and a form of customs arrangement. So we actually know what we're getting into, because once Theresa May goes, God knows who could take over. Boris Johnson, Jacob Rees-Mogg. I'm not prepared to allow the Tory government to have a hard right Brexiteer who will turn the political declaration into whatever they want it to be.
But the risk is you talk down the clock and we end up leaving without an agreement.
There's always been a risk of that. Of course, that's due to the failure of her plan A. She's failed to get her deal through, and her failure to reach out across the aisle and bring Parliament on board. We've now got a range of what I think are interesting options. In my opinion, Common Market 2.0 is by far the most compelling. And by the way, this idea of a customs union on its own simply does not work. It doesn't solve the issue of the Irish border. It doesn't solve issues of workers' rights, environmental rights and consumer standards, because they're all single market. And 80% of the British economy is in the services sector. A customs union alone does nothing for the services sector. So we have to be clear that the only deal that works is Common Market 2.0, single market plus a form of customs arrangement. That delivers the frictionless trade. It respects and honours the result of the referendum without destroying the British economy.
Stephen Kinnock, thank you very much indeed for joining us.